I'm Radhika. I'm from Breakthrough. I've been following this whole interaction over on Twitter, and I think Honey was the one who first brought up the subject. Is the internet being used for what it's meant to be used for? And I posted the statement on Twitter, and I got a reply saying, no, it's not being used for what it's meant to be used for. And I said, do you think it's meant to be used for dissemination of information? To which the person said yes. And my question is that the primary use of the internet, or is the fact that people don't use it for that purpose, does that mean we should actually target the activities they are doing?
Would you like to address your question to anyone in particular, or is it just an open question?
Whoever can answer.
Well, at a philosophical level, it's like freedom, right? You can choose to do what you want to do with your freedom, right? You can lie around all day and not do anything, or you can go out and do something constructive and make a difference. But I just want to see whether there's anyone in this panel who wants to answer this question. It's a fairly existential question, right? No?
It is the freedom of expression or freedom of internet access, whatever you want to do with that kind of thing, whether socializing or gaming or education or entertainment. I think it is open medium, so one can choose whatever she likes in that to do. I think that if that answers your question.
There isn't really an activity that it's meant to do, or a purpose it's meant to serve, is there?
Yeah, if it depends on what kind of thing you want to use it, use it for useful things or misuse it. But at the same time, activists can use it, more constructively for the purpose of the society, where it needs to be done more proactively. That kind of thing, like Osama said, a lot of such examples are there where people are working on this kind of thing.
Osama wants to say
exactly,
something.
Going to react, but also what Suhas was saying, that we cannot ask for the right to the newspaper. Similarly, we cannot really ask the right to the internet. But internet has this typical confluence of its being. It started as a technology, a piece of technology, got converted into a piece of medium, and now it's almost like entire ecosystem and message. So it's when I say I need an internet, I really ask for access only, the first thing to it, because you cannot give me internet without having an access, and if you cannot give me internet, I cannot access many of those RTI information which you have put in proactively. So it really is a confluence of many things, and that really is also a reply to this, what it was meant for. I don't think it was just a laboratory thing, once it was made, but it gradually became automatically a kind of democratic ecosystem where everybody has a right or an opportunity to use the way they want to use. I mean, today this is the biggest newspaper, I would say, in the world. It is the biggest community in the world. It is one of those things. So this is something where technology, a piece, and a hardware to the medium, to the message, it all confluence, and then and it is very important that we treat it. When I say internet right, I really do not really mean that internet is a right, but I mean everything which is connected with that one, which is, I mean, like mobile today give me more access than even the internet pipe, so and give me internet.
Amitabh Singhal is here. I think you would like to, with your vast knowledge on this area.
I was just trying to, thank you so much. I was just trying to formulate my response to the lady's question here. In fact, when we talk about, if I'm not mistaken, there were a couple of hidden questions there, as I perceive. People use it a lot for pornography. That is one question. So is that right or wrong? Okay, that's a question that people deal with all the time. And I think I'll start with that. See, when you talk about access and using the internet for things that are desirable or undesirable. Okay, now desirability everyone's talked about. Undesirability is something that also is restricted by law. The licenses that are issued for ISP services and people who provide the network and access to internet are restricted by the license conditions, which is the law, which says that you will not transmit any obscene, or there are certain criteria which are really given there. And if you are found to be doing that, you are liable to punishment, right? So you could be liable to.
Are we sure about that? Because I don't think that is that there.
Yeah.
No. It is there. It is there, but there is a writing on it. It says you are not supposed to originate the content. However, if there is already there in the public domain, it does not bar an ISP to to transmit it.
That's a question of due diligence, but ultimately they
No,
are
it's not a
responsible.
question of due diligence. It is specified as a definition within the licensing conditions of
I think we are
NICE.
getting too technical on that side. What I'm saying is that you are not, as per license, supposed to transmit or help transmit. Okay, I stand corrected. Origination. Okay, so it does not preclude you from watching anything that you want to watch, but then you will not. We as a country do not really censor, or we do not. Yeah, fine. So can I continue with my
Sure,
point?
your
or,
point is made, Amitabh. Yeah.
Okay. So the law is there to that extent where your right is actually tempered with some obligations that you have as service providers. Okay, and as users. Also, there is a law. I think as a lawyer, he would be able to use the right technical definition, which I can't right now. But as a user, I can watch what I want to watch, but I cannot originate and also publish material which is obscene, okay, which could be scurrilous, or which could be it could be defamatory, or it could be against national security interests. Now, these are some of these restrictions which are really given there in writing as law, right? Now, if you are found to be breaking these laws, there could be actions taken against you. You could be liable to punishment and penalties or whatever. Okay. The problem is that how do you really stop people from doing that? That's not a question that we deal with as a nation, because we have an issue where there's a question of how much the government should, okay, do surveillance and stop people from accessing what they want to access, right? So there is all kinds of content which is available. Like I said, XXX is available. You can so government is not really doing any kind of censoring to that extent, but at the same time, there are instances where the government does come to the service providers and say, okay, block certain sites. Okay, so instructions of blocking sites is given regularly. DOT comes out with those instructions to the service providers, because they are the licensees and they are liable to do that act on the network. And those restrictions which are put through blocking is basically meant to make sure that certain content which is again inflammatory or religiously, creates religious issues or something like that, that is something that they intend to stop. So we have a situation where the government is trying to make sure that they are not really openly censoring access to certain content, but at the same time ensure that by certain duties that they impose upon the service providers and users by way of general law, there is some kind of obligation that people feel that they should not use it for.
I have a question. When I come from the government of India, I work with Dr. Bowen, and I've been listening to what the government of India or government should do. Somewhere when I read the topic today, internet rights, accessibility, regulation and ethics, and then I look at what the government should do, or let's say, what should be the role defined for the government. So do we come in rights? Maybe we need to be doing there something. Accessibility, we are already doing it. I mean, I can go on listing out all the initiatives that the government of India has taken in terms of accessibility. Call it multilingualization of internet in terms of providing resources or tools for internet access. Talk in terms of provisioning for internet cyber booths by the government so that it is cheap and easy to access, and so on and so forth. So the government has taken initiatives and is doing things wherever the government could begin. So the government has begun. The government's role comes in regulation. And when do we need regulation? When things are starting not just to be used for what it was effective or proper use of the technology or tool, but is now people have started to innovate. Innovation can go both ways. And do we stop that innovation? Because again, we are all talking about market share. Should the government start looking at that and regulate that? Is it already there? Or do we wait for things to grow to a certain level when we can start to regulate? Then comes the ethics. Will the government sit down and form an ethics panel such that users should use the internet? No, the ethics would have to start from the users themselves. The community themselves will formulate ethics of use of technology. The community itself should become responsible to look at regulating themselves and then seeking regulation to the community and then to the national level. Now, the role of people here or all the other stakeholders of the community is where I would like to ask us to sit down and think. What is the role of a certain stakeholder? Let us all start to actualize in ourselves where we could play an effective role in supporting the government in bringing internet as a right to public at large, because that is where the government is always asked to be there. The public good is always with the government, but the rest lies with the others. And there I feel somewhere we never discuss the roles of other stakeholders, which could then work together with the government to make a complete ecosystem. I just wanted to make that point here.
Can I take the liberty from the co-moderator and the moderator to quickly make 3 small points as well?
Go ahead.
Okay. Ravina's point, policy leadership should be developed and government is responsible for providing internet. I would like to disagree. Why? Because if at one side, quote unquote, so if on one side we talk of netizens developing a whole country out on there, just like physical people out there like citizens, why don't we have a mechanism or advocate for a mechanism to vote for our My Neta? I don't know if Mr. Chokar is listening. So why don't we have a mechanism where I can actually do an online election, which could be regulated by whoever is getting it done? Why don't we develop a mechanism to empower people to say who bells the cat? We as netizens cannot actually recommend a policy as well, because somebody in the system somewhere, whoever it hits to, will actually pull us down.